state in the entire country the March of Dimes wants to use to call attention to premature babies.
That state is Kentucky. More than 14% of all live births are premature. That's a bit higher than the national average. But the concern with Kentucky is the number is actually growing. Factor in all those risks that we all hear about every day with folks like obesity, diabetes, and smoking, and add pregnancy to that mix, and you understand the concern. In tonight's cover story, News Channel 3's Bill Murray has more on a study with a price tag of more than $1 million to try to keep those babies safely in the womb longer.
Her daddy, big time. She looks just like her daddy.
The week can end soon enough for Rachel Hall. It looks like then she'll be able to take her premature daughter home. Melissa was born early, a breech baby delivered by C-section.
It was intimidating at first because when she was first in here, she had tubes and everything, but now this is a lot better than what she was in. She's got hiccups.
That innocent stage of life when even a hiccup is a marvel.
Here we go, here we go.
The intensive care unit of the baby ward at KDMC is a busy place. A new mom is getting this.
The new mom gets this at each of the visits.
Dr. Richard Ford is the obstetrics chief. A new program targeting Kentucky's premature birth rate has a simple goal: keeping infants in the womb longer.
We serve an at-risk population. Our near-term, our premature birth rate is around 20%. And the number of babies born between 34 and 37 weeks accounts for the majority of those premature infants.
The March of Dimes picked 3 states in the country showing a rapid rise in near-term deliveries. Babies born between 34 and 37 weeks.
And since Kentucky had a higher number of modifiable risk factors such as smoking, obesity, drug use, domestic violence, Kentucky was selected as our intervention state for the entire nation.
6 hospitals statewide are involved in the study. Only KDMC and 2 others will offer those intervention programs. Now, once the study's done, researchers will compare notes to see if that intervention worked.
You'd be surprised at the people that don't realize that smoking can cause prematurity and what it does to their babies once they're born.
Really?
I mean, they withdraw from the nicotine, and these parents have no idea.
Almost half of all pregnant moms KDMC sees smoke, a full 47%.
Oh, goodness.
But Dr. Ford says this preemie study is significant for expectant moms really around the country. Early babies run the risk of respiratory problems, problems that can slow a child's development.
I think that you should care about this story because the public awareness campaign that we're trying to conduct in eastern Kentucky may affect the way that your practitioner in Marmet or your practitioner in Gallipolis manages your labor and tries to educate you during the course of your pregnancy, and ultimately may determine whether or not you have a baby that functions highly in an educational setting or whether you have a baby that has chronic illness.
I'm scared. Freaked out.
Rachel did everything right, and having a baby early still happened. And what's happening this week will be yet another milestone. The first time since she was born that Melissa Angel will sleep in her own crib.
You're gonna make me cry. It'll be indescribable. I don't even know. I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry, smile. That's a great story, and obviously we wish that new family well. A couple of things I learned researching this: the fastest growing segment of premature births is actually in the 34 to 36 week category. That's about 4 to 6 weeks early. But apparently at that size, the baby's brain is only about 2/3 of weight at full term. And as the nurse in my story said today, part of the problem is women who may have had an early birth at, say, 37 weeks and everything went okay. Yeah. Well, they automatically assume that they can have another child that early and not be at any risk for complications. And Tim, that is just not true.
And that's the risk in itself right there.
Right.
Hey, thanks, Bill. This study is a cooperative effort with the March of Dimes, Johnson & Johnson, and the Kentucky State Department of Public Health. And by the way, it will last 3 years.